Sunday Night Football, welcoming you with the best seat in the house to the farewell of two of the game's greats, Kevin Sheedy and James Hird. They've done this a few times, haven't they? James coming out for his 252nd and last game in Melbourne.
Look, it was a great celebration of Sheeds' career, and I suppose finishing the same day he finished at Essendon was a privilege to finish with him, and we'd spent a lot of time together and a lot of good times together and some low times, but to finish at the same stage at Kevin Sheedy was great.
Well, the game against Richmond obviously was a disappointing game because being my old club, obviously we got smashed by the Tigers that night, and Richmond have been waiting to win against Essendon, and I think they might have saved it up for that night.
I think doing a lap of honour with Sheeds at the end, and just the crowd and how good they were to both of us, and I think it was a really emotional day for the football club, and I was very content at leaving. I think that those Sheeds probably thought he had a bit to go, so there was sorrow from both of us, but I think from his point of view it was a bit more disappointing because he considered he could get this team back to where it needed to be again.
Moments that will live forever, happening here at the MCG on just a great footballing night.
Obviously 90,000 being there for my last game at the MCG was, I would dearly love to say thank you to all the Bombers and Tiger fans there, along with James, but I think the Perth game, which is the actual last game that we played, was a pretty significant game. All our families went over there. We had a great time. We got beaten by about, I think it was a kick difference. Maybe they might have got a goal late if I remember rightly. And but the crowd, the West Australian people were fantastic. We've always got on well with West Coast, and even though we've fought tough battles between each other's clubs, I think there's an enormous amount of respect for West Australian fans and the Bomber fans. And of course over in Perth, where jacket waving was just one of those sort of habits of people caught between the mighty Bombers and obviously West Coast.
Well, there's any one bloke that deserves to be cheered off from a football ground, it's this bloke here.
I played under him for 253 games, and he'd been a massive part of my career, and hopefully I'd helped him be a good coach, so it was a fitting way to go out.
I was very fortunate to coach Essendon for 27 years. I was actually privileged to do that, and always hard to say goodbye to the team you barracked for as a kid. It
was hard to say goodbye to playing football, but you never say goodbye to Sheeds. I mean, running to him all over the place and still see him a fair bit, so it's not goodbye as a person yet, but and obviously on Saturday night we'll be trying to beat the living hell out of each other, which will be good fun.